Hey guys, it's me, George Daniel. Welcome to Living a Dream. So, the weirdest thing happened to me last night. I was saying my prayers to go to bed. I tucked myself in and I closed my eyes. But when I opened them, I wasn't in my room. Actually, I was in the jungle. I had been in the jungle before when I had a similar dream, but this was a different dream. This time, there was no lion. In fact, there was a tiger. And this tiger was standing right in front of me. And this was like the tigers that you see on TV exactly. It was huge, bright orange, with lots of black stripes going all around its back and its legs and its arms and its head. And he had really big hands that had really big claws that come out like this. And he had really big teeth like this, nice and pointy. He truly looked like he was the king of the jungle, like he was the animal that was in charge of making sure that everything else went smoothly in the jungle. And that's what he was, because all he did all the day was walk around like this, analyze all the animals, look at them to make sure they were all behaving. So as I walked around the jungle a bit more and looked at the beautiful trees with the palm leaves and all the cool animals I was seeing, I stumbled upon one animal that looked very different from the others. I saw a fox that wasn't minding its own business. This fox always looked around like this, always looking for something to eat or something to steal. A very clever and cunning fox, with very, very, very short brown hair and a long snout like this, and ears that came up like this, so that he could hear everything around him. He was on a mission because this fox had a problem. His problem was that he was hungry, and he had no food to eat. Now, whereas the other animals in the forest foraged and worked to find their own food, this fox did not want to look for its own food. It wanted to steal from somebody else. And just at that moment, when he was looking around, he looked up and saw a bird. And this bird had a piece of cheese in its mouth that it was about to take back to its nest and eat. Keep in mind, though, this wasn't any bird. This was the most beautiful bird I have ever seen, like the ones you see in the tropical forests. It was orange and blue and red and yellow and purple and green. This fox had other plans for this bird, though. He called over to the bird and said, "Oh, queen bird, please come here that I may speak with you." Now this bird, still having the cheese in its mouth, waiting to eat it, went down and sat on a branch right beside the fox. The fox looked at the bird and said, "Oh, queen bird, please come down here that you may grace me with your beautiful voice and your awesome presence." So the bird, being a very nice bird as well, went down and sat on a branch right beside the fox. The fox started to flatter the bird, saying things like, "Oh, queen bird, you are the most beautiful bird I have ever seen, with a figure so magnificent and colors more magnificent than the rainbow. Any rainbow that I have ever seen, you are more beautiful. I am sure that your voice and the ability of you singing must be as beautiful to my eyes and my ears as it is seeing you." So this bird started to become flattered, and it became puffed up like this, and it was so happy that it was hearing all these good things. So the fox said, "My queen bird, would you please sing a song for me that I may learn how to be as good as a singer as you?" And then it happened. Right when this beautiful, kind, magnificent bird opened its mouth to sing, out fell the piece of cheese onto the floor. And that's all the fox ever wanted. With his clever and cunning words, he found a way to get the cheese from the bird. The bird dropped the cheese, it fell on the floor, and all the fox did was say, "Thank you, Mrs. Bird. Now I am full, and I no longer have any need of you." So he picked up the cheese in his mouth, and he darted away really quickly. The bird, now sad that it didn't have any food to eat, flew away in search of other food, also sad at the fact that it had been tricked like this. Now the fox thought that he had gotten away, and he was full, and he thought he was going to be good for the rest of the day, until one animal did not like what he did. And that animal was none other than the king of the forest, the tiger himself. And the tiger stopped the fox in his tracks and said, "Listen here, Mr. Fox. I saw what you did. I saw that you ate the cheese that belonged to the bird. Now I command you, go find another piece of cheese and go give it to the bird." And the fox said, "Oh, Mr. Tiger, I'm so sorry. Don't punish me. I know it was wrong. I was just really hungry and I was lazy. I was lazy to find food for myself. Please forgive me." The tiger, looking at him, said, "I will forgive you. And I know that you've learned your lesson. But just remember this, that being flattering with somebody is just as bad as lying. And you should never use words to get what you want, but be sincere and be honest and come with good intentions. And then, my friend the fox, you will have whatever you wish." At that moment, the fox walked around the entire forest looking for a piece of cheese until it found a piece of cheese good enough that it called the bird over and gave it the piece of cheese. And then the bird and the fox were both full and they both had food to eat. And then right when they were enjoying their meal together, that's when I woke up. And I was in my bed. No trees around, just my bed. And that's when I realized, hey, I learned something from this dream. And what was it that I learned? That it's never good to use words to your advantage. Always be honest and come from pure intentions and with a pure heart, just as our Father Jesus Christ did. He never said words to flatter anybody, and he never used words to trick anybody. But all the words he said were true, and they came from his heart. And that's what made him such a happy and successful person. And that's how it can be for all of us, if we all speak from our heart, be honest, and never try to trick people. See, that's what I learned from my dream. I hope you guys learn stuff like this in your dreams too. And I hope you can be with me next time I have a dream on Living a Dream.